We got Hump Day Wednesday. Come on in. Doge gains traction on state level. Come on in. We got a lot going on today. A lot. Come on in. We might be live for a little while. I'm going to give you updates. Updates. A lot going on. A lot going on with gold. We got a lot going on. What in the world is going on now? What in the world is going on right now? We got a lot going on. Happy Wednesday, everybody. AKA Caroline, good evening. You are number one as JJ follows up with you. We got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. So come on in. I'm going to read some comments in the beginning. Then we got a little talking to do. And I'm going to fill you in with stimulus checks. Will it happen? Will it actually happen? Whoa. We're going to talk about gold and what's really going to happen on this channel. There's a lot of great channels out there are talking about stimulus checks. I'm going to give you the truth. The truth on what I'm hearing and what is possibly to happen. Okay, so right now, Doge gains traction on the state level. So, AKA Caroline, congratulations. First of all, AKA, you don't get enough credit, not just on this channel, on other channels, Fabian. You're really good, and it's not on notice. It's not on notice. So we got some coffee being sent out to you real soon. So thank you for everything you do. We greatly appreciate being very busy on the internet, on YouTube. Come on in, guys. Let's talk now. Give me 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. I got to check one thing just behind the YouTube channel real quick. Make sure everybody's on. So thank you so much. Hold on 1 second. AKA, take care of the chat just for 1 minute if you could. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to get into what's happening right now with a certain virus that's out there. Unfortunately, guidelines and everything on YouTube, I'm just not 100% sure. But we're going to skip over that. But what's important right now is Doge gains traction on state level. This is good news. And what this means for a lot of us taxpayers, I'm going to go over who is going to be eligible for this stimulus. Now, let me make it clear. This is not going to happen right away. It's still got to pass the Senate. We could talk about executive orders. But could it very well happen before 2026? We're going to talk about that. So come on in. Also, no tax on overtime. We've been talking about it. A lot of people are filing their taxes. And friends of mine, Sal, I didn't get that no tax yet. He hasn't implemented yet. It hasn't been text signed in yet. Will it happen? I'm pretty confident it will. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security. Did I say all three? I'm pretty confident 2 out of 3 are going to happen, if not 3. But it hasn't happened this tax season, okay? We're going to talk about that. Also in this live, we always talk about the homeless. And also, I'm going to talk about a prison strike in New York. That's right, a prison strike. And it's politics is why we bring it up, because we cover politics on here, Red Dragon, right? And the governor, Kathy Hochul, I'm bad with names, Kathy Hochul. It's becoming politics because most of the prison guards become conservatives, or they just become Trump supporters. And it's more than just getting more fazos and money. It's more about not liking Kathy and how the prisons are getting over, or how some of these prisoners are being let out. We will talk a whole lot about this on another live, but I just wanted to bring that up to you. Massive prison break in New York, as the prison guards are being threatened in New York. If they don't go back, not only they'll lose their job, they can actually be put in the prison. Is that fair in the comments? Yes or no? We're going to talk about that later on, but just until I get more to come on, I'll give it 5 more minutes for YouTube algorithm. Come on. Hello, Janine. Yeah, massive prison strike. Now, that's not our main topic today. Our main topic is gold. As you can see my thumbnail, it's not clickbait. This is serious stuff. I'm going to explain to you what gold is. Well, we all know what gold is. I don't have any. I don't like it. Gold in the stock market. No. Gold, Jesse, hello, Jesse. Gold as a green card. Should we get into it? I'm going to give it another 3 more minutes. Another 3 minutes, we'll get into gold and what it means and how that gold card, which is green card on steroids, just for YouTube, steroids, not that people use steroids. I mean, you got to be careful what you say these days. Green card. So we're going to talk about that. Let's see. I think I got some coverage here, and then we're going to go over exactly what it means. Hold on. AKA Caroline, thank you so very much.
Would do well to sit down and have a little heart-to-heart and run things through the secretaries, in my opinion.
The bottom line is Americans do not like how much power Elon Musk currently has in government decision-making.
A lot of focus on Elon Musk in that first cabinet meeting. The Hill writes it this way: Musk spotlight.
AKA, I did this not because you continue your membership, whether you did or not. I really trust you. And by the way, becoming I just made you a moderator. Let me make it. I want you to enjoy yourself. You do not have to cover every live. You don't have to be on here that long. You do a lot of stuff. I know you. I just give it to you because I have a trust on you. It has nothing to do with anything else. I feel good vibes on you, AKA, and you deserve it. If you don't want it, AKA, you are not also hurt my feelings, and I can easily take it away. But if you could just take it today, and I like you to have it going forward, if that's okay. I probably should have asked you first, but I just wanted to put that in there. I have a lot of trust on you. It has nothing to do with you renewing your membership. Just on a great person, the good vibes you have to my channel and other YouTube channels and YouTube, Fabian and many others. So I appreciate it, and I don't have a lot of trust on a lot of people, but I do on you. So now we're going to get into this topic as Lori Wagner's here. Now that Lori's here, Janine's here, we're going to start on gold. On gold and what it means. And it's not a clickbait. What it is, it's going to stimulate the economy. We're going to get into it. But let's listen in a little bit to this. And then I'm going to explain everything. If you haven't seen AKA, yeah, I should have asked you first, AKA. If for all means, let me just say one more time, AKA, you do not have to be on my lives all the time. I just trust you. You don't have to be on here for 5 minutes. I really like what you're doing. So don't feel like you have to be stressed. And if you miss anybody or I don't care about any of that. Do the best you can. That's all. I don't care. I just trust you. We need some moderators on here because I have some other moderators that have been busy with their own channels lately. Splinter's in the house. Now, let's turn around. I'm going to talk about the homeless too later on. We got a lot to talk about, guys. This might be over an hour today. Sorry. Thank you, AK. All right, let's go in and listen in here.
Trump on Wednesday hosted the first cabinet meeting of his second term, gathering top officials in one place, fielding questions for roughly an hour. Musk, the CEO of Tesla, owner of the social media platform X, is technically not part of the president's cabinet, but his influence was on full display as he joined Wednesday's meeting. With that, let's bring in our panel tonight, Fox News chief political analyst Brit Hume. Susan Page, Washington bureau chief at USA Today.
I'm going to stop that, and I just got to get into something else here real quick here. Oh, here we go. Hold on, guys.
We have a lot of people that took advantage of a lot of different situations, and we're not going to let that happen. So
Crystal!
I'm going to ask if it's possible to
how are you,
have
Crystal
get
Flinner?
First, and talk about Doge, because it seems to be of great interest to everyone. I will say that there is a large group of...
Guys, before I go any farther, can I just say this? And let me look into the camera. I have a lot of Democrat friends, Mom. Let me just share this with everybody. And I don't want to, it's not my business. If you are on Medicaid, and you deserve it, Medicaid is not going anywhere. Trump has said it multiple times. He's going to say it on here. Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security is here. Going to stay for many, many years. Whether it's a Democrat president, well, I know about Democrat. So as ladies and Lady Wise, how are you? Good evening. Medicaid, if you're on Medicaid, you're low income, senior citizen, maybe you are on Medicaid to cover your premium. By the way, stay tuned. If you're on Social Security and you're 65 and older, in the chat, please let me know, because you might be entitled to Medicaid. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed, Sal. No. if you're on Social Security, you'd be surprised. What's that mean? I get Medicare, Mr. Sal. Well, what it means is if you're on Medicare, you're going to keep your Medicare. We're going to talk about Medicaid too. Medicaid premium, that $185, can be waived if you fit the criteria. So Trump is not touching Medicaid. My phone's blowing up. Hello, Deborah. He's not going after food stamps. He's not going after Medicaid. And he's certainly not going after Social Security. He's simply doing an audit on all the fraud, wasteful spending. And yes, some American people's ripping off their family members and homeless people. That the lady I helped out yesterday, I had a tear in my eye that her family member cloned her Social Security number. So you have a lot of that going on. That is what Elon Musk and Trump is doing. Now, regarding the gold card, I'm going to get into it after we listen to Trump a little bit. So welcome in. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of misconception. People think, I have a friend and he meets the criteria. He's on disability. I'm going to lose everything. He doesn't like Trump, and I don't mean like that. He says, thank you very much. This guy's going, okay, people are going insane. People are getting depressed, and because they're listening to CNN. Ladies and gentlemen, CNN, 90% is fake news. Fake. Fox, some of that is not correct news. CNBC, 99.9, fake news. Please, all they're trying to do is, I don't know, boost their ratings. It's information. Very bad. It's one thing for them to say, we don't like Trump. But for them to give incorrect information, it's just simply wrong. You're not going to lose anything as long as you meet those criteria. If you have government help, you won't get Doge money. Flinner, I love you, brother. We're going to get into that. And guess what? Not so fast. If you watch ESPN, I'm going off topic right now. And yes, I had a little Diet Coke. Not so fast, Flinner. You just might, or not you, anybody's on it could still get Doge. I will get into it, guys, in just a second. All right. I will get into that. I thought the same thing, Flinner.
Of people in this country that have such admiration for what we're doing. I got elected.
Lori Wagner, thank you so much for your support.
Winning every swing state.
Thank you, Lady
winning the
Weiser.
Popular vote, winning the counties by thousands of counties. I think it was 2,800 to 500. 2,800 counties to 500 counties. Think of that. And so we have a mandate to do this, and this is part of the reason I got elected. I got elected based on taxes and based on many things in the border, but also based on balancing budgets and getting our country back into shape. And this is a big part of it. So Elon, if you could get up and explain where you are, how you're doing, and how much we're cutting. And it's an honor to have you. You've been a tremendously successful guy. He's really working.
I want you guys to listen to Elon.
Businesses to run.
Panda's in the house. Hello,
Anyways,
Panda.
say, how do you do this? And, you know, he's sacrificing a lot. And getting a lot of praise, I'll tell you, but he's also getting hit, and we would expect that, and that's the way it works. So I'd like to have Elon Musk please say a few words.
Okay,
Thank you, Elon.
Thank you, Mr. President. I actually just call myself a public
All right, listen in.
support here because this is actually, as crazy as it sounds, that is almost a literal description of the work that the Doge team is doing, is helping fix the government computer systems. Many of these systems are extremely old. They don't communicate. There are a lot of mistakes in the systems. The software doesn't work. So we are actually tech support.
So well said, Lori Wagner. Thank you so very much, Lori Wagner.
The overall goal here with the Doge team is to help address the enormous deficit. We simply cannot sustain as a country.
I just pinned that if you don't mind, Lori.
$2 trillion deficits. The interest rates, just the interest on the national debt now exceeds the Defense Department spending. We spend a lot on the Defense Department, but we're spending like over $1 trillion on interest. If this continues, the country will become de facto bankrupt. It's not.
All right, we're going to go back a little bit of mute. Do you hear what he says, Elon Musk? By the way, he's taking his time to work for Trump. He has a business to run. He enjoys the business. I'm sure he enjoys this. Who doesn't, right? Let's not lie. To work on this, whether you don't like Elon or Trump or not. Let me explain to you something, guys. We are going to be, if we don't find out if we didn't have this president, Lori, thank you for putting that in there. I pinned that on there. I appreciate you guys. All the moderators, thank you so much. If we don't find out the wasteful spending on fraud and protect our Social Security and our Medicare, Medicaid, and SNAP benefits, we don't have an economy. We'll go down the tubes. I'm going to get into the gold card and what it means. A lot of people are confused. They think it's gold that Trump found. Gold card is basically a green card on steroids for YouTube steroids. Well, I'm going to explain to you. We are in $36 trillion in debt as a nation. We're in debt. And actually, no president has actually helped the deficit. Actually, I'm going to hear some boos right now, and I'm a big Trump supporter. MAGA. Trump didn't do much last time. I'm being real. I don't want to give you fake news. But now, he wants to fix this. $36 trillion. Last night, they passed a budget cut. 4.5 trillion tax and cuts. And then right away, I look at fake news CNN, and they're crying. My mom's calling. People are calling. I'm going to lose my Medicare. Mom, you're not on Medicaid. You're on Medicare. And if you're on Medicaid, Mom, you're going to be fine. She's crying. People are crying. Guys, if you watch CNN, do me a favor. Take a break. It will really depress you because we all get depressed. Let's not lie. Each and every one of us. You watch CNN, you're going to be really depressed. I'm not saying Fox is perfect. But man, at least they just want to sell their books and make a little money. But they're not going to depress you, right? So anyhow, it passed the budget cut last night. The spending bill has not said in the spending bill that we're going to go after people's Medicaid. So now they're talking about creating jobs. How will they create jobs? Mike, what's up, Mike? How are they going to create, high five fist bump for Mike, please, real quick. How are they going to create jobs? Well, Mr. YouTube, what the hell are you talking about gold? How's that going to give us stimulus checks? I'm going to go to the next channel. Go ahead. Let me get into it. How this is going to stimulate the economy is this. If you're from India, there are some smart people from India. Well, wait a minute. There's smart people from Germany, Italy. How about smart people here? So say, for an example, you're from India. God bless you, from India. Smart, valedictorian. You're smart. You go to college. You come here to the United States. You go to Yale. You go to Harvard. You're really smart. God bless you, he or she. Smart women, too. Did I say men? How about the women? Now, all of a sudden, you got to go back to India. You are not going to get the same job and falzools that you would do in America. Well, wait a minute. Trump's contradicting. He don't want people here. No, Trump never said you can't come here. Now he makes them an offer they can't refuse. You pay on this green card $5 million. Corporation, business people will pay that $5 million for this individual. We'll just say Joe Smith from India, for an example. Now, that money, if they can sell 5 million, well, that stimulates the economy. Well, that'll take down our deficit. Now that brings down that, and now you bring down all that, and you get that money from Doge, and look it up, because we're getting close to $55 billion in fraud. A lot of it's from immigration, wasteful spending on condoms that go to Hamas. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm talking fast. Hamas. Now, stay with me. So now you have that money that they can stimulate the economy, and that $5,000 possibly taxpayers will receive at some point. And by the way, if it doesn't pass the Senate, Trump will just do this. Executive order, like he did with FEMA, like he did with PUA, AC Loves in the house, and like he did with a lot of other things. And I have a feeling, because like people are telling me, well, I'm not working, I'm on Social Security, so I won't be part of it. Guess what? If you're disabled, you will not be part of it. Guess what? Not so fast. Trump will make sure that everybody, if this money is found, everybody will receive some sort of a payment, a stimulus check. But that's what they're doing with this green card. So for people that come into here and are smart, they pay to have this gold plaque. You pay. Now here's the problem I have. You ready? I do have one problem. I had to read my notes. I do have one problem with the gold. And I'll tell you why. What about the bad guys? What about the thieves? What about all those bad people? Well, they have money, right? HC Love, they have Fazuls. So how do we keep the $5 million from the bad guys going into the system? I'm sure Elon's already 5 steps ahead of me. I'm just a little small YouTuber. But Gold Card, we got to be careful with the bad guys and keeping those bad guys out. So let's listen a little bit more. So that's what's going on with the gold. Let's listen in.
An optional thing. It is an essential thing.
Thank you for the
That's
24
reason I'm
likes.
here. And taking a lot of flack and getting a lot of death threats, by the way. I mean, I like to stack them up, you know. But if we don't do this, America will go bankrupt. That's why it has to be done. I'm confident at this point, knock on wood, you know, knock on my wooden head, it's got a lot of wood up there, that we can actually find $1 trillion in savings. That would be roughly 15% of the $7 trillion budget. And obviously that can only be done with the support of everyone in this room. And I'd like to thank everyone for your support. Thank you very much. This can only be done with your support. So it's really the urgent support function for the president and for the agencies and departments to help achieve those savings.
Mike, thank you.
Effectively find
HC Love, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what that woman who's on here, Kathy, see you. We don't want, listen, it's some ridiculous, you know what these people are that come on these channels? Some of these people, first of all, I pray for these people. Most of them are kids. They are kids. And if they're not kids, they're kids, if you know what I mean.
We find 15% in reduction in fraud and waste. And we bring the receipts. So people say like, well, is this real? Just go to doge.gov. We line item by line item, we specify each item. So, and I should say, we will make mistakes. We won't be perfect, but when we make a mistake, we'll fix it very quickly. So, for example,
Why doesn't Ukraine like Trump?
One of the things we accidentally canceled very briefly was Ebola.
All right. The question, hold on. AC Love, I'm going to answer that question. The reason why, I don't think it's Ukraine, the people, they're being brainwashed. I think because, you ready for this, AC Love? What'd I just do? The Fazuls, what's up, Ozzy? AC Love. To answer your question, AC Love's question was, why does Ukraine not like Trump? Excuse me. Because they're not getting Fazuls. When you don't get money anymore, what happens? People don't like you. So they cut them off. Trump has cut them off. That's it in a nutshell. I can get into it more, but we'll go into that more if I have time, HC Love. That's it in a nutshell. All right? That's it in a nutshell. Trump has cut them off.
Ebola prevention. I think we all want Ebola prevention. So we restored the Ebola prevention immediately, and there was no interruption. But we do need to move quickly if we're to achieve a $1 trillion.
Good time. Welcome in. Great comment. Good time.
In financial year 2026, it requires saving $4 billion per day, every day, from now through the end of September. But we can do it, and we will do it. Thank you.
Would you have any questions of Elon while we're on the subject of those? Because we'll finish off with that. And if you would have any questions, please ask. You could ask me or Elon. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Musk. I just wanted to ask you that President Trump put out a Truth Social today saying that everybody in the cabinet was happy with you. I just wondered if you had heard.
All right, Mr. Hold on.
You weren't happy with the way things were going, and if.
All right. John, how are you? Howdy. Where'd that comment go? All right, Mr. or Mrs. S. Comment goes to one of my subscribers. Whole Medicaid budget is going to be cut. Look into before you talk. Okay. Mr. S. or Mrs. S. First of all, I respect the comment. And maybe you just came on. Let me repeat. If you're on Medicaid, it's not going anywhere. Okay? They are going after fraud. That's it. They're not going after you, your family member, as long as you're reporting everything. They're not going after any data on you in particular. If you are reporting the truth, or somewhere near the truth, you will be keeping your Medicaid. This is simply to cut the fraud that's happening in the United States of America and other countries that came here, illegal. That's it. But CNN and the journalism and CNBC is bringing this propaganda and fake news. That's it. Okay? The reason why this gold is going to be implemented and work is to, hey, if you want to come here illegal and you're going to come here legally, be successful, Trump wants to keep them here by paying the $5 million. He's a businessman. He's thinking. You come here from India, Germany, Italy, and you got the brains, and you go to these schools, and these companies are going to pay the gold for you. Well, somebody pay the gold for me. Then guess what? Then you will be eligible to live in beautiful United States of America. And that's how it stimulates the economy, because we got a deficit of $36 trillion. You guys understand that? And no president has touched it. No Clinton, no Bush, no old man Bush, no Biden, actually not even Trump. Not even Donald Trump. He did great on his last term, and then the China virus came, or COVID came, right? But he didn't really take care of the deficit. Now he's got a second term, right? And he's got Elon Musk. So Medicaid's not going anywhere. So I'm not going to say it anymore. That's it. Don't believe some of these internet people or fake news. It's simply not going anywhere.
And if so, what are you doing to address those any dissatisfaction?
Let the cabinet speak just for a second. Is anybody unhappy with Elon? If you are, well, throw him out of here. Is anybody unhappy?
Mine too, good time. Mine too.
I have a lot of respect for Elon and that he's doing this, and some disagree a little bit, but I will tell you, for the most part, I think everyone's not only happy, they're thrilled. So go ahead, Elon. Great.
And President Trump has put together, I think, the best cabinet ever. Literally. So, and I do not give false praise. This is an incredible group of people. I don't think that such a talented team has actually ever been assembled. I think it's literally the best cabinet that the country has ever had. And I think the company should be incredibly appreciative of the people in this room.
Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. Musk. Are there about half of the government employees so far appear to have responded to your request for what they've been doing over the past week? Is there a timeline in place for next moves for people being fired, and when can the American people expect to see results from that?
Yes. Well, to be clear, I think that email perhaps was misinterpreted as a performance review, but actually it was a pulse check review. Do you have a pulse? Do you have a pulse and 2 neurons? So if you have a pulse and 2 neurons, you can reply to an email. This is, I think not a high bar, is what I'm saying. This is, anyone could accomplish this. But what we are trying to get to the bottom of is we think that there are a number of people on the government payroll who are dead, which is probably why they can't respond, and some people who are not real people, like they're literally fictional individuals that are collecting paychecks. Well, somebody's collecting paychecks on a fictional individual, so we're literally trying to figure out, are these people real? Are they alive? And can they write an email? Which I think
Thank
is
you,
a reasonable
Flinner.
expectation for the American, the American public would have at least that expectation of someone in the public sector.
Mr. Musk, roughly
This is not a high bar, guys. Come on.
employees have responded so far to this email.
All right. So what we have on here, Lori, that person there, I very seldom time anybody out, but they weren't just asking questions that they're confused. That was a child on here, okay, or somebody just trying to interrupt the chat, and you have it on other YouTube. So anyhow, about the Medicaid, that's all that was about. And as far as somebody saying clickbait, it's simply not clickbait. So here I am buying into them. The hell am I talking about? I need to hit myself in the head. Listen, the green card is to stimulate the economy. And there's a very great possibility that the 5,000, 4,000, 6,000, nobody really knows the amounts, 20% of this 55 billion that's been committed fraud, and he's alluded to it here in the video, that they're going to get to. Whether they find it or not, hopefully they come close to it, right? Now, if they find it, Trump is going to hopefully have the deficit cut with this gold that they're going to have, and he's going to pretty much send the taxpayers a bone, fossils, and that kind of stuff to all taxpayers. Now, I know some are going to say, well, that doesn't help me out. I'm on disability. God bless you. I'm on disability. God bless you. Well, Sal, I'm simply just not working. Thank you, Lori. I can't say this for sure, but knowing Trump, what he did with the coronavirus, and gave everybody under $150,000. Don't quote me. One of my mods, I'm pretty confident it was under $150,000. Got a stimulus check, right? Of $1,200 or $1,400. I think it was 12. He did 2, and then Biden gave 14. If I'm pretty accurate, without reading my notes. Now, he also implemented PUA, SBA, and he gave that out to as many people as he could. So, with that saying, I have a feeling when time comes and they find this fraud, whether it's 6 months, oh, Cox, is my Cox out? Shit. Shit. Did we go out, Mike? Yeah, I'm going to get off the Wi-Fi again. Let me try something real quick here. Hold on, Mike. Can you reconnect that Wi-Fi? Yeah, I lost everybody. I think I lost everybody. All right. I got some comments. I got Ozzy says here. Yeah, you're good now. All right, thank you. JFF88. If I didn't say hi, I'm sorry. I know you left a message earlier. Thank you. Guys, if I miss your comments, I'm going to say this again. Please do not take it personal. It comes in, they stop, then they go real fast. We have a nice amount on here, and I say thank you for that nice amount. And thank you for helping out all the super chats and donations yesterday. Ladies here, Lady Wiser, appreciate it. Maribel had a lot of fun, and she enjoyed it. And but anyhow, the gold card is simply a green card, and hopefully Cox holds up. I just went on again, but hopefully that it all comes true. And I have a feeling, that's what I was saying, that he will stimulate the economy probably for everybody under a certain amount. If not, maybe he might even raise it. So that's that. Now let's listen in. You know, I love his guys. Do you like his cabinet picks? I mean, it's an amazing team. Let's look at these. Look at them. What a great team. Look how nice and relaxed. When you have a leader, everybody's relaxed. Relax. Marco Rubio, relax. When you have a leader, when somebody's a leader and has confidence, and by the way, Trump's not perfect. But when you have, I will HC level 1 second. When you have a leader, it makes everybody just relax. You can't please everybody, right? All right. Hey, lady, let's see here. I'll go back as far as I can. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Everyone, do not forget to be respectful. Thank you very much, AC Love. Let me replace that one in there. Is that what you wanted me to read? All right. Yeah, the internet went out for a second, so I might have missed some messages here. Everyone listens to the boss. Yes, got to listen to the boss once in a while. I'm just kidding. Thank you. All right, let me get back to this.
Does that mean that the remaining 1 million or so federal employees now risk being terminated? And is it your understanding and expectation when you...
I hear you, Detroit.
...that the cabinet secretaries will follow that order? Because several agencies have instructed employees that this is voluntary or not to respond.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I guess it was like last week, the president encouraged me via Truth Social and also by a phone call to be more aggressive. And I was like, okay, you know,
Okay.
yes, sir, Mr. President, we will indeed do that. The president is the commander-in-chief. I do what the president asks. And I said, can we send out an email to everyone just saying what did you get done last week? And the president said yes, so it did that. You know, we got a partial response. We're going to send another email. But our goal is not to be capricious or unfair. we want to give people
Thank you, Crystal.
every opportunity to send an email.
Appreciate that
and
so
the email
much.
could simply be, what I'm working on is too sensitive or classified to describe. Like literally just, that would be sufficient. I think this is just common sense.
And what is your target number for how many workers, employees you're looking to cut total?
We wish to keep everyone who is doing a job that...
Okay, so the question, hold on.
And doing that job well.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. If you're new, come on in. The question was asked from the media, who was let in with the cabinet. First meeting in the cabinet was, who are you going to fire? They're not going to fire anybody if you're doing your job. Right? Do your job. Don't be lazy. Don't cheat. And just simply do your job. That's it. It's that easy. Come into work, get your paycheck, and do your job. Your job is to find the fraud. Your job is to look into all the cheating that's been going on for many, many years, certainly under this administration. So that's what's going on.
But if the job is not essential, or they're not doing the job well, they obviously should not be...
Shout out to Isabella, committee moderator.
I'd like to add, wait a minute, wait. I'd like to add that those million people that haven't responded, though.
Moderators, thank you so much for being here tonight. I know we have a couple ifs, ands, and buts on here, if you know what I mean. He's saying people that might not exist may be getting a paycheck. Absolutely, yeah. And that's why, I think it was good time. His mom's confused. My mom's confused. People that are just, I'm not even going to say Democrats, just people are scared because of the fake news, CNN and CNBC, and they're scaring people. They do it all the time to presidents, and it's just simply wrong. Trump's not here to help out billionaires. He's actually here to help out every single one of us, including the homeless people that are on the street. And I don't know if you can hear them last night when I was live. We did a live last night. Lori was live with me. I know Ozzy was live. Mike M was live. There's a few of you live. It wasn't a big turnout, and that's fine. My wife was like, we have Trump hats. They like Trump. Oh, sure they do. That's after you gave them some stuff. No, before we gave to them. I've been doing this. I would say it's 80% ratio of these homeless people are dire straits and really want Trump. They want him. They might not necessarily like his demeanor or understand him, but they want him. They know he's for all, and he is helping out all. So, ABC's in the house. 1, 2, 3. ABC, 1, 2, 3.
Though, Elon, they are on the bubble. I wouldn't say that we're thrilled about it. They haven't responded. Now, maybe they don't exist. Maybe we're paying people that don't exist. Don't forget, we just got here. This group just got here. But those people are on the bubble, as they say. Maybe they're going to be gone. Maybe they're not around. Maybe they have other jobs. Maybe they moved and they're not where they're supposed to be. A lot of things could have happened.
But you're right, Mike.
I wouldn't say that Biden ran a very tight administration. They spent money like nobody's ever spent money before. Wasted money. The Green New Scam, all of the different things they spent money on. And you've seen that. You've seen that with some of the things that I read in speeches. I read them and people can't believe when I read them. 20 million here, 30 million here for, a little education.
I hear your HC love. Thank you.
Circumcision, right? Circumcision. $20 million to inform the people of such and such a country on other things and other things other than that. So, those people are, right now we're trying to find out who those people are that haven't responded. Now, there'll be some agencies, like Marco has people within state that are right now doing very classified, very confidential work, and we understand that, and we've talked, and, we're being a little more surgical. And Marco's doing a lot of things himself. And some of the secretaries, we're going to be going to them. We're going to be talking about it today. We're going to ask them to do their own DOJ. In other words, they'll look in their group. And I spoke with Lee Zeldin, and he thinks he's going to be cutting 65% or so of the people from environmental. And we're going to speed up the process too at the same time. You had a lot of people that weren't doing their job. They were just obstructionists.
It's the next president of the United States right here, ladies and gentlemen, right here, Marco Rubio. That's your president right here, next.
The people weren't there. They didn't exist.
This is a smart man right here, too.
I think education is going to be one of those. You go around Washington, you see all these buildings for the Department of Education. We want to move education back to the states where it belongs. Iowa should have education. Indiana should run their own education. You're going to see education go way up. Right now, we're ranked at the very bottom of the list, but we're at the top of the list in one thing: the cost per pupil. We spend more money per pupil than any other country in the world.
Where's J.D. Vance? Barbara, welcome in, Barbara. Let me say hello to Barbara real quick.
Sweden, and I hate to say.
Barbara, hello, Barbara. Thank you for your support. It's not unnoticed. I was thinking the same thing. The word was out. What I was hearing, Barbara. Great question, by the way. Is he had them separate because of reasons that they were worried about. Now I don't know. When I say worried about, were they worried about some kind of a threat? Now, real quickly, guys, Elon Musk. This did not make news for some reason, but I'm telling you, there was a threat on his life. It was a guy. God, one of my moderators one of you will look it up. I believe it's on New York Times, on Google, and X. Somebody was, here's what happens with CNN. Both channels do it though. Fox does it too sometimes. They were asking like, what's going on? Why are you going to go into our Social Security data? And they kept on saying it. And then this one crazy person, and I believe he worked, I'm trying to think what he did. But anyhow, he threatened Elon Musk. Now, what's that going to do, Barbara? You asked me a question. I went off a little bit. I think for security reasons, they wanted to keep J.D. Vance separate in that room, is what I'm hearing, Barbara. I think it was Barbara, right, Barbara? But that's what I'm hearing. Now, I know Marco Rubio is to his right, to our left, and Pete, I forget his name. I think it's Pete Hicks who's sitting to the right. But what's going on is Elon Musk, there was reports that originally he wasn't even going to be there. It's just terrible, right? That the Democrats and these people, it's amazing what the hell's going on right now, that somebody would do this stuff. But that's exactly what happened.
Say this, and we're going to get along very well with China, but it's a competitor. They're at the top of the list. They're among the top 10 usually, and they're a very big country, so we can't use that as an excuse, right? Because we're a very big country too, but we were ranked last time under Biden. We were ranked 40 out of 40. They do the 40 certain nations that they've done for a long time. It seems to be 40 for what.
Flinner, I appreciate you being here and your support tonight. You're welcome, Barbara.
We were 38, and we were 39. We hit 40, and so we're last in that, and we're first in cost per pupil. So I would say that's unacceptable. Lawrence, you have something? Go ahead.
Mr. President, I know you like competition, and I know it's early. So, which department are you most impressed with? And then to this. That's the first one. Which department have you received the most resistance from?
Great question.
Well, I think both of those questions are a little bit, well, you're a pretty controversial guy. And look, it's very early. Right now, I think I'm impressed with everybody. So far, everybody. If I wasn't in the first month, and some of them just got here, they just got approved 2 days ago, right? But I think I'm very impressed with everybody. So far, I'm very happy.
Nothing but love. Right back to you, Flinner. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the 46 likes, everybody. Thank
some
you.
groups are much easier than others. It is true. State is a, very difficult situation. We're right now negotiating very successfully, I think, with Russia and with Ukraine, and we have a lot of countries involved, and we have to be a little bit careful what we do and who we're terminating. But Marco's doing that I think he's going to be very precise. It's going to be, we're cutting down government. We're cutting down the size of government. We have to. We're bloated. We're sloppy.
Hello, Patricia.
We have a lot of people that aren't doing their job. We have a lot of people that don't exist. You look at...
Okay, a lot of people, you heard the president there, the 47th president, Donald J. Trump. A lot of people not doing their job. Simply, a lot of people don't exist. There's people 250 years old. We all know that's not true. What happened? How did we let that go? H.C. Love, red, white, and blue hearts and the Italian flag. How did we let that go? What happened? So that's what they're doing. That's why now this budget cut was huge. And like I said, those are just coming in. I'm repeating myself several times. I know moderators, you could put earplugs in, but for those who are coming in, is somewhere over 1,000 years old. Yeah. And I showed you that one, Ozzy. I think I put it on my, I texted it to you, my loyal subscriber. No, I mean, that guy, I wish we look as good as him. Anyhow, for those who are coming in, nothing's going on with Medicaid. This will be the last time. I'm sorry, moderators. The last time I said this, nothing is going to happen to Medicaid as long as you are in that criteria, fit in that your Medicaid should stay the same. Your SNAP benefits, hopefully you're trying to improve yourself, but maybe some just can't. It's going to be okay. Okay, he's not out to cut that. So, all right, now, This is a major investment as far as the gold goes. It really is, because again, this is, if they can get this kind of, I don't know how much money they can make on this for $5 million. For me, I probably would have went $2 million and then went up, but that's why I only have a small little business and I'm not Trump. But anyhow, my question would be is, how do you keep the bad guys out of this gold? What we're talking about is gold as a green card. Right? So now if somebody comes here with brains from other countries and want to secede here and live here, that's what I'm talking about on this live a lot. Now, I also want to turn directions in this, in Buffalo. I believe Beer Gut is a loyal subscriber, is in that area. There's a big, in New York, there's been some a strike going on in the prison. Yes, absolutely, Lori. Look, I hope we all get some of this. And I have this very good feeling that most of us will probably get paid off on this. The question is when. We just don't know. But I wanted to go over this before it's too late in this live, and I'm not going anywhere yet, is the massive prison strike with the New York City prison guards. And they're worried. A lot of it's politics, and we cover politics on here, right? We cover politics. But the governor there, Kathy Hochul, she is playing a game where if they don't go back in a time frame, then she's not only going to have them fired, well, who's going to run the prison? And then prosecute them and put them behind bars. So this is, I was going to say a Democrat against Republican, but no, it's just most of these prison guards, men and women, feel like they don't like what's going on, because a lot of these people are getting out of prison and it's just not run right. And she is a Democrat, and not that she's bad, but she's just not liked as the governor in New York. So that's going on right now, pretty much live through the last couple days, if not a week. Major story on that. And also too, there's been more and more, real quick, and we'll get back to this, planes going down. Now, I got to tell you, I'm talking to pilots, I'm talking to other news people, and I'm talking to friends of mine, and their perspective from the pilots I'm talking to are saying this is nothing new. Now, I've talked to 2 or 3 pilots, and they're saying, we're talking about the pilots of the airplanes now. They're saying this is nothing new. This was happening before. Now, it's not a Republican, Democrat, Independent. It's not nothing to do with Trump or Biden. They're saying this is nothing new. This has been going on for a while, and now the media has just got their hands on it. I guess I stepped into it too, right? Part of it, and just a small part. And now the news is trying to cover this, that they said this was happening 6 months ago, a year ago. I'm buying into that a little bit, but it's kind of weird. I mean, today there was another emergency landing. It's almost every day now. So what's your thoughts on that, guys, on the planes? Is there more to this? Just to get off the topic just for a minute. We'll take like a little time out from the Trump and the cabinet meeting that held this morning, early afternoon. Is there just, you think they're doing it for ratings? I mean, is the news, are they hitting trend? Are they just going in and hitting trend, typing in planes? Maybe. These things been happening? I don't know. I find it hard to believe that why wouldn't this happen during the pandemic, right? Or any other time. So, I don't know. I gotta get some water, guys. Yeah, interesting. I'm like caught in between, to be honest with you, Mini-Me. I'm like, part of me says maybe it's been going on, and then part of me is saying, no, there's something else going on. 49 likes tonight. Nice live. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you guys participating. Make sure you hit the like, as Maribel was said. It helps out the YouTube algorithm. And it also makes sure you support your other YouTube channels, not just mine. And make sure you also hit the like if you enjoy their content. If not, then move on to another live or next stream. So we all, on behalf of all YouTube channels, I'll say we appreciate it. A little work goes in, and a like does help out the channel, or dislike. Hopefully you like it. All right. I'm going to read some comments here, and we'll get back to the hearing, or excuse me, the President Trump hosts first cabinet. Yeah, cabinet meeting. All right. All right. I seen that, Lori. Lori Wagner. High five, fist bump. Boy, I was going there. Anyhow, good job. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how you get these children that come in here, right? They're children. They're little boys and girls that come on here, right? Sometimes. All right. Debbie says near misses were really not reported. Yes. All right. That's simply not true. Lori's on fire tonight. Forget about it. I'm going to hire her as my concierge. Along with you, HC Love, and Janine, the whole group. Mike M. Thank you. Yeah. We're going to listen a little bit more into this cabinet meeting. The first cabinet meeting on this late February. February's flew by already, guys. Flew by. Yeah, good comment, Ozzy. $700 billion would it be spent to build 8 EV chargers? Great comments. Wow, look at these comments. Yes. Let me read some more. I love these great comments. Good comment, Janine. Yep. Great comments. Gold. Give it. Smart man, Trump, huh? With the gold? You want to come here? Pay. How much? $5 million. You got $5 million? You're from Italy? You're from India? Germany? Shout out to the Germans. You want to come here? Got to pay. $5 million. Not $5. No. Hold on, AC Love. What'd you say here? Can you tell someone and please tell me if I'm wrong? Build Back Better. Remember that lie. So thank God, thank goodness, Flinner. Sorry, Flinner. Thank goodness that Joe Manchin stopped that. Because that Build Back Better was Build Back shit. Okay, the only thing in there they had that was going to help some people were student loans, if I remember right. Yeah, I didn't understand that either, Janine. HC. Did I miss something? Oh, okay. No problem. I do it all the time when I text or whatever. All right. Yeah. So well said, Flinner. High five, fist bump, my friend. So well said. Great comments, man. You guys got your caffeine in tonight, or scotch or whiskey. Great comment, Mini-Me. I hear you. All right. So, let's listen a little bit more, and then we'll discuss.
In Social Security as an example. I mean, you have so many people in Social Security where, if you believe it, they're 200 years old.
I hear you, HC Love.
What we're doing is finding out our checks going out for that, and is somebody cashing those checks who's maybe 35 years old, okay? So there's a lot of dishonesty, there's a lot of fraud. But I think at this moment, I'll take Elon off the spot. I think that he's impressed. He said it very well, better than I can say it, that he's impressed with the people in this room, very impressed. and I am too, and it's too early to say, but I think everybody's on board. They all know. We want to balance a budget. We want to have a balanced budget within a reasonably short period of time, meaning maybe by
Barbara,
next year or the year.
thank
after,
you, Barbara.
maybe.
Barbara, thank you so much. Have a good night. God bless you. Have a great rest of your evening. Stay positive.
Relaxing federal agents to put in their personal information out there, these activists, and they're disrupting their operations. So you got Trinidad Iger running on.
Well, we have activists, that's true, and a lot of those.
What are you going to do about the activists?
Yeah, a lot of those activists are acting illegally, and we'll give that to our Attorney General, and she'll take a look at that very strongly. But we also having tremendous support from Border Patrol, from ICE. The ICE agents have been unbelievable. Border Patrol, their leadership at Border Patrol has been incredible, and they're working very well. And as you know, and I saw you reporting it this morning, actually, we set records on the least number of illegal aliens coming in, migrants coming into our country that we've had in more than 50 years. And we did this all within a period of weeks because we took over a mess. The world was pouring in. And remember, they were coming in from jails and prisons and mental institutions and insane asylums, and there were gang members and drug dealers. Anybody wanted to come in, they could, and from not just South America, from all over the world. So it's amazing what they've done, and Christie and Tom Holman, the job they've done has been absolutely amazing. We set records for, and we want people to come into our country, by the way, but they want to come in, they have to come in legally.
Absolutely, Debbie.
I want that to be really understood. We want people in our country, but they have to come in legally.
Can I follow on that, Mr. President, about the Trump gold card idea
Yeah.
that you unveiled yesterday?
I hope you liked it.
I have way more information. But,
Thank you, Lori.
The question is, does this reflect a view on your part that the American immigration system has never been properly monetized?
I hear you,
as
Ozzy.
it should be?
Well, not so much.
I hear you,
monetized,
Two Stars
it's been
Gamer.
properly run. I get calls from, as an example, companies where they want to hire the number one student at a school. A person comes from India,
All right, here you go. I want everybody.
Japan.
All right, real quickly, guys, and then we're gonna, after this part, it's like 2-3 minutes, and then we're gonna discuss. He's pretty much is gonna say what I just said, how this gold is gonna work, Ozzy. Will we be receiving some of this gold? That's the question. Will we receive the gold, and when will we receive the gold, and where is the gold? Let's listen in.
Lots of different places, and they go to Harvard, the Wharton School of Finance, they go to Yale, they go to all great schools, and they graduate number one in their class, and they're made job offers, but the offer is immediately rescinded because you have no idea whether or not that person can stay in the country. I want to be able to have that person stay in the country. These companies can go and buy a gold card, and they can use it as a matter of recruitment. At the same time, the company is using that money to pay down debt.
There you go.
We're going to pay down a lot of debt with that. And I think the gold card is going to be used by, not only for that, I mean, they'll be used by companies. I mean, I could see Apple. I've spoken with Tim Cook, and by the way, he's going to make a $500 billion investment in the country only because of the results of the election. And I think because of tariffs, he's going to want to be in the country because of tariffs. Because if you're in the country, there is no tariff. If you're out of the country, you got to pay tariffs. And that's going to be a great investment, I think, that he's making. I know it's going to be a great investment. But we have to be able to get people in the country, and we want people that are productive people. And I will tell you, the people that can pay $5 billion, they're going to create jobs. They're going to spend a lot of money on jobs. They're going to have to pay taxes on that too. So they're going to be hiring people. They're going to be bringing people in and companies in. And I don't know, maybe it will sell like crazy. I happen to think it's going to sell like crazy. It's a bargain. But we'll know fairly soon. I think Howard and Scott, a few of you really are responsible for it. But Howard, if you want to discuss that for a couple of minutes, I think I'd like to have you. I think it's going to be a very successful program. This is commerce.
Okay, HC Love, thank you.
EB-5 program, which has been around for many years, had investment of $1 million into projects in America. And those projects were often suspect, they didn't really work out, there wasn't any oversight of it. And so for $1 million investment, you got a visa, and then you came into the country and ended up with a green card. So it was poorly overseen, poorly executed. Then you had our border open where millions of people came through. So the idea is we will have a proper business. We will modify the EB-5 agreement. Christy and I are working on it together. For $5 million, they'll get a
Amen,
license
Ozzy. Amen,
from the
Ozzy.
Department of Commerce. Then they'll make a proper investment on the EB-5, right? And we think Scott and I will design the EB-5 investment model because Scott and I are the best people together to do that. So this is joint. This is exactly the Trump administration. We all work together. We work it out to be the best. And if
we're going to go back. And that, my friends, we're going to go back, is how you stimulate the economy. Well, that's fine, Sal. How's that help us out? Well, first of all, brings the price of goods down, but they can use that money, $5 million, to pay. You want to come here, you want to learn education, be smart, and participate in government and jobs and business, you got to pay Fazils. Now, what that does, pay down our deficit. Now, we find out where the $55 billion is from thieves here that are living in other countries and fraud from the administration. Now, we got extra money from who? Us taxpayers for many years. Now, throw us a bone of, you're hearing this 5,000. It could be less. It could be more. And it will have a hard time passing the Senate. But if they find 55 billion, would it be, or 44, or a little less than that, and somewhere in that area, I think it'll pass. And if it doesn't pass, an executive order will do. And I believe that a lot of us, not all of us, will receive some money down the road. Now, I'm not saying for you guys to go out now and start getting some credit cards, but I'm saying I'm very confident on this administration because he's done it before. He's done it with a majority Senate and House. He done it with COVID. Nancy Pelosi went low. He went high. He gave out to America. You want to shut down? We're going to give out. We're going to give out the self-employed. We're going to give out SBA loans, this, that, whatever. So, isn't it amazing in 1 month, a little over 1 month, that he's thinking as a businessman? He hasn't really done anything wrong. The only thing I'm concerned of one more time is how do you keep the bad guys and bad girls of the 5 million? Because they have money. The bad guys have money. Now, if they put the 5 million into it, how do we take that? How do we eliminate that? That's the only thing I'm concerned of a little bit. Let's go back.
we sell, just remember, 200,000. There's a line for EB-5 of 250,000 right now. 200,000 of these gold green cards is $1 trillion to pay down our debt. And that's why the president is doing it, because we are going to balance this budget and we are going to pay off the debt under President Trump.
And to qualify, do you have to promise and make commitments to create a certain number of jobs here in the U.S.?
No, because not all these people are going to be job builders. There'll be successful people, or there'll be people that were hired from colleges, like sort of like paying an athlete a bonus. Apple or one of the companies will go out and they'll spend they'll buy 5 of them and they're going to get 5 people. Look, I've had the complaint from a lot of companies where they go out to hire people and they can't hire them out of colleges. And you know what they do? They go back to India, or they go back to the country where they came and they open up a company. And
so, Edward, hold on.
They become, and they're employing.
Oh, man, what a great comment that was.
There are a
Bada
lot
boom,
of
bada bing.
examples. There are some really big examples where they were forced out of the country. They graduated top.
Thank you, Lori Wagner. Appreciate you, Lori. Thank you for being here, Lori.
And they weren't able
Thank
to
you
stay.
so much for being here.
This is all the time you hear.
From start to finish
The
here.
biggest complaint I get from companies, other than over-regulation, which we took care of, but we're going to have to take care of it here because a lot of that was put back on by Biden. But the biggest complaint is the fact that they can't.
I hear you, Richard.
Any longevity with people. This way they have pretty much unlimited longevity. Also with the 5 million.
Thank you,
that's
Janine.
a path to citizenship.
Janine,
So it's gonna be- it's
have
a
a
green
fist
card,
bump.
plus, and it's a path to citizenship. We're going to call it the gold card.
The gold
I
card,
think it's gonna
Ozzy.
be very treasured.
Give me
I
the
think
gold
it's gonna
card.
do very well, and we're going to start selling hopefully in about 2 weeks. Now, just so you understand, if we sell 1 million, right?
All right, listen in, guys.
That's $5 trillion.
Wow.
5 trillion.
5 trillion.
Howard was using a different number, but that's $5 trillion. If we sell 10 million, which is possible, 10 million highly productive people coming in, or people that we're going to make productive, they'll be young but they're talented, like a talented athlete. That's $50 trillion. That means our debt is totally paid off, and we have $15 trillion above that. And now, I don't know that we're going to sell that many. Maybe we won't sell many at all, but I think we're going to sell a lot, because I think there really is a thirst. No other country can do this, because people don't want to go to other countries. They want to come here. Everybody wants to come here.
Yes, ma'am, Lori.
Especially since November 5th.
Yes, ma'am. So there you go, guys. I mean, he's going to go on and on a little bit, but that's the whole thing. He's confident, right? Trillion. So now that's that part, the gold card, which was the green card, right? Now find out the 55 billion with the B, not a T this time. Now we get some of that fozzles, right? We don't have to pay down the deficit. Give it to the taxpayers. I'm saying taxpayers. That's what he's saying, but I have a feeling he's going to give it to all. Trust me, this guy is on a mission. He is on a mission and nothing to lose. And I'm not saying Trump will go down as the best president ever. Trump's the best, this, that, whatever. But show me the cash, Ozzy. And I believe it's make or break. No, I believe he's got this team. What a great cabinet. I'm looking around at it. Amazing. I feel so confident on this cabinet. I can't remember a cabinet being like this. Not even Clinton, because Clinton had a pretty good cabinet. I was much younger. And Bush had an okay cabinet. But like you think back on Barack Obama or even like Trump's recent cabinet, this is amazing. And Biden, forget it. That was a nightmare. So amazing. So on how to actually stimulate the economy and grow jobs, and everybody's kind of be happy, right? And I don't want to stand here. I'm not sitting tonight and say that Trump's going to go down as the best. Now, real quickly on eggs. Right now they're considering on getting some eggs imported because of the bird flu and the egg problem we have. We'll see what happens on that develop up. Again, $36 trillion in debt. That's our debt right now. 36 trillion with a T. From Turkey, they got to get the eggs. So who wants a gold card? Who's ready to pay $5 million for a gold card? It is genius how he's going to do that. Yeah, I don't know about going that far. I agree on some of it, Lori, with Obama, but, you know, import eggs with bacon. Put words in. See how CNN does it? See if we import eggs there, Flinner says, from tariffs. Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm going to read a few more comments. Thank you for the 54 likes. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully, this is another way to. It's amazing. It's an amazing team that he has sitting in front of him. Amazing. Elon Musk explained that the best that he can possibly explain it, because he could have went in a whole nother direction. You know, with Doge. You know, go on and look it up, guys. That's what he says. Go on, look it up. There it is. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. All right. Internet's okay. Tear up those eggs. I like that. Yeah. Is Richard in the house? Hello, Richard. I miss Richard. That's your comment about the cabinet. You have the right to your comment. The Trump dance. YMCA. And, by the way, those Philadelphia Eagles will be dancing to the White House. Because why? They respect Trump. Majority of them. No bacon with the eggs. Debbie called that. Muslims can be... ooh, wow. That kind of... Debbie. High five. Fist bump. Thank you for all the memberships. Opinions are welcome here. ABC123. Bob's in the house. How are you, Bob? All right. One second, guys. All right. My wife is texting me something here. So my wife got a bird. She went to California, and now she's texting me here. Put the bird cage. Bird cage came, so I got to check out the bird. Anyhow, this is when you talk to yourself. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up just a bit. I got to just communicate with the missus there a little bit and see what she wants me to do with this bird cage. Bird cage, I can't put together. I can't even, we'll see. All right, guys, thank you so very much for being here. All the moderators, we had a great turnout tonight. God bless each and every one of you. Appreciate it. Oh, great. I wanted to touch on the homeless before we go. Yeah, so the we had some good news today. We had a couple homeless that we gave out some blankets last night. I went back there and I asked them if they needed to get into a shelter. Two agreed they wanted to get in there, and they had a hard time getting in there because they didn't have the proper ID. And we were able to pull some magic to get them in there for at least a week. And hopefully from that week, they can get some voter ID, excuse me. They can get their credential and a valid driver's license so they can continue to stay in there. So we are making some progress, thank you, Mike, on a few of them. Some simply, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, don't want to be in a shelter because they feel safer on the street, and some just want to be on the street because some of them say if they're on the I'm talking about homeless right now at the end here. Some feel if they go into the shelter, they get stuff stolen, their cell phones and personal belongings, and some just want to be out on the street, and simply some want to do tobacco smoking, and it's not allowed. So we're not here to judge, but at least we got two into a nonprofit for at least a week, and hopefully we can reach out and get those people. My wife wants to try to reach out to a couple of these people and get them cleaned up a little bit. We're going to work on that. Maybe some donations, not now, but in the near future, and get them into my wife's salon and get their hair done and stuff like that. So we have some big stuff that we want to try to do. It's a little complex. It's not as easy as you think. All you can do is try. Yeah, it's not as easy as you think, getting these people, you can't pull their arm. But yeah, we're going to do all we can do. It's all we can do is try, and try for all, because mental illness and drugs, alcohol, and loneliness, I'll repeat, loneliness can be a problem in the United States, frankly, everywhere in the world. And I was going to go somewhere with it, but I'm not for other reasons. Yeah. Anyhow, guys, thank you so very much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the memberships, donations, and everything else. I will see you on the next live now. I'm going to see if I can put together this bird cage. If I can do it quickly, I can't make any promises. I'll come back live because my wife is out of town for one night. If not, I will see you on the next live. Appreciate it, and congratulations. AKA, thank you so much for you hanging in there and being a moderator, and hopefully you deserve it. You're here, I watch you, and you put a lot of effort in to, like every other moderator I have on here, and everybody who's subscribing onto this channel. Make sure you support the next live that you go to, not mine, off to the next live. Support them a like, and make sure you help out some way or another on their channel. God bless everybody. Stay true to yourself. Love your loved ones. Spend time with yourself and your loved ones before you come on the internet. I'll see you on the next live. High five, fist bump.